ladies and gentlemen. If you have been following Unified Wrestling Oklahoma, if you've been following Sam Stackhouse on social media, you will have seen the announcement made just days ago. Today, April 15th, 2023, UWO in Tulsa at the American Legion Mohawk will house and will promote the last matchup for Sam Stackhouse in the state of Oklahoma, the place that he has spent the past 15 years making famous.
And what a more fitting way to go out, Walker, than against a man who was there when Sam Stackhouse first stepped foot into a ring. They were both there for each other's debuts, for their first day training. These men's paths have gone side by side for almost 15 years. These two have been side by side or doing battle against each other. Tonight, things are different, though, as Sam Stackhouse steps in as the challenger against the Oklahoma Strangler, Christopher Morrison, your UWO champion, being accompanied to the ring by the mind of wrestling, C.M. Burnham. What insurmountable odds Sam Stackhouse is facing. Might I point out that shirt, Patient Zero, from Compound Pro Wrestling, that was Christopher Morrison's first name. He debuted at 18 years old under a mask as Patient Zero. Perhaps Sam Stackhouse trying to get in the head of Christopher Morrison. Let's throw it down to ringside to Taylor Funk.
Is the challenger. He hails from Golden Corral, Texas. He is the king of freestyle, Sam And his opponent. He hails from Slaughterville, Oklahoma, being accompanied by his manager, C.M. Burnham. He is your reigning and defending UWO champion, the Oklahoma Strangler, Brawler Morrison.
A little bit of love being reciprocated there in the form of the bird, courtesy of Brawler Morrison. As I said, mentioned earlier, those mind games being played by Sam Stackhouse wearing a Patient Zero shirt. That was what Christopher Morrison was called when he made his debut here in Tulsa at Compound Pro Wrestling many years ago. Now Patient Zero being donned by Sam Stackhouse, a man who trained alongside the Oklahoma Strangler.
Sam Stackhouse, not to mention donning the singlet, which he made signature for the first 13 years of his professional career. And Morrison being sent directly to that door. The door does not budge. It does not bust. Stackhouse sending Morrison into another door. Those things are rock solid.
Doors refusing to break already. Now again, Morrison just bouncing off that door. Imagine the compound in your body as all your weight hits that door and it does not give. All of your bones must... Now here goes Stackhouse.
Stackhouse through the door, courtesy of Christopher Morrison.
If anybody's gonna break the door, it's gonna be the big man Stackhouse.
Stackhouse has declared that this matchup will be his very last in the state of Oklahoma ever. Stackhouse claims that he will walk away as UWO champion. He said to Morrison, if you want this championship back, you're gonna have to chase me down in another town.
And it's cowardice on Stackhouse's part. He doesn't want to defend the belt here. He doesn't want to defend it in death matches like Christopher Morrison. That's what Christopher Morrison's saying tonight. He says, you're not going to Texas with my belt. You're not going to Colorado with my belt. That UWO championship is staying right here in Oklahoma because that's where it belongs. Stackhouse can tuck his tail and run away if he wants, but he's not going to do it wearing the UWO championship as long as Christopher Morrison has anything to say about it.
You're right. That is if Christopher Morrison has anything to say about it, but it takes two to compete in a wrestling match, and only one man is going to walk away as the victor. Keep in mind, Sam Stackhouse requested this matchup. He made the Deathmatch debut in the state of Texas across Wrestle Rave and various other promotions in the state. And he said he perfected this deathmatch style, and he has brought it to Oklahoma in Oklahoma's very first deathmatch. As James, this is looking dangerous. The gusset plates have made their arrival tonight.
Those metal plates with spikes, they're designed to hold metal girders together, Walker. When you see a bridge held together, it's held by gusset plates, and that's the very same object that's been broken out in this contest. It's designed for holding metal together and not destroying human bodies.
James, you said something earlier that really resonated with me. You said that Morrison truly believes that Sam Stackhouse is a coward in a sense, that Stackhouse does not want to defend the championship here in Oklahoma. Stackhouse claims that he can make this championship something greater than the area that we are in, that this area can be greater. Stackhouse wants to take that championship and defend it across the country, but he might not be able to do that if Morrison gets his way.
And Stackhouse, without a doubt, has been a great representation for Oklahoma. He's faced Matt Cardona. He's faced many men across this country. People bring him in as the representative of the state of Oklahoma. But nonetheless, that doesn't change what the UWO championship is about. It's about creating a championship all competitors in Oklahoma want to fight for. It's not designed to be defended in Texas. It's not designed to be taken to Colorado or GCW or any of these other companies Sam Stackhouse works for. It's designed to be defended in UWO amongst all Oklahoma competitors. Oh God, the gusset plate to the chest of Sam Stackhouse.
And a super kick from Christopher Morrison to boot. And the blood is already pouring. The Crimson Mask has been donned by Sam Stackhouse.
Morrison saying, I've always been better than you. It seems like 13 years of bad blood is coming to fruition tonight in Tulsa.
Morrison claims he doesn't care how many TikTok views Sam Stackhouse receives. He's always been the better competitor, but it will be proven once and for all here tonight in a death match live in Tulsa.
Look at Morrison taking joy by the blood all over his hands. Sam Stackhouse's blood smeared across Christopher Morrison, and he takes joy in it.
Sam Stackhouse believes that the state of Oklahoma can be a better place. Sam Stackhouse believes that Christopher Morrison can be a better competitor. He promised that he would take Morrison to the limit here tonight, and he wants to walk out with the UWO championship as proof of having done so.
Well, he's gonna have to keep the fight going because Brawler Morrison has been holding his own. The Oklahoma Strangler has been bringing the battle to the King of Thick Style, and now Christopher Morrison introducing Stackhouse to the ringside table, now having a drink of water to refresh himself, and back on the attack is this Strangler.
The blood is pouring down the chest and down the skull of Sam Stackhouse, and if I'm being honest with you, James, this is not an unfamiliar sight for those of us who have followed his career outside and even inside this state. But for the first time, a death match in the state of Oklahoma under the Oklahoma Athletic Commission.
Sam Stackhouse issued the challenge, and Morrison answered. The first ever death match. Sam Stackhouse said, win, lose, or draw, I'm done. Morrison says he's gonna stay here and fight in Oklahoma, no matter what comes, whether it's a death match, whether it's a standard match, whether it's submission grappling. Oh, look at the gusset plates in both men's arms.
Two men 2 gusset plates, and there's multiple holes in the arms of his competitor. This is disgusting.
I said it before, those are designed to hold metal together. Giant metal beams on bridges, and now they're just driven into the flesh, the muscle, the tendons of both competitors.
I mean, that could lead to long-term muscle tissue and nerve damage if they hit the wrong spots, potentially cut an artery even. This is disturbing.
It's like a road map on Brawler Morrison's arm. What does Burnham have? Are those needles?
Where did Burnham get his hands on syringes?
I thought he worked for Oklafan.
Taking on a role as medical personnel tonight. Morrison trying to draw blood. Wait a minute, Stackhouse repositioning. Oh my God, this is what on.
Hanging out of both sides of Morrison's face are those needles. I hope they were hygienic.
What in God's name? Well, they came out of CM Burnham's front pocket, so I'd have to question that.
Oh my God, you saw our cameraman get a shot of those needles. What more could happen in this death match?
Look, it's almost like just spreading the blood all around the side of Sam Stackhouse's large frame. And as Morrison, he continues to mount offense, that blood continues to pump throughout his body, and it is seeping out of these small incisions variously all across the arms and legs of Morrison.
As you said, Walker, both of these men fighting valiantly and covered in blood, and in Sam Stackhouse's case, that's a lot of man to cover. Oh, he's got the gusset plate again.
Right into the skull.
Luckily for Brawler Morrison, it didn't stick in the head, but you see the blood immediately rushing to the skin. Obviously, those lacerations have already been made.
Sam Stackhouse is on the prowl for further plunder.
I don't blame CM Burnham for running from cover. This is an absolute madman.
Wait a minute, what is Sam Stackhouse doing? He's
got a hammer.
Disassembling the bottom turnbuckle. Stackhouse says he's doing his part in trying to take down the ring. He must be thinking that this show's gonna be over soon.
A little assist to the UWO ring crew, courtesy of Sam Stackhouse.
And you see this, the blood continuing to seep down the arms, rubbing onto the metal turnbuckle post. But what is Stackhouse's plan here? This is
smartly using that hammer to his advantage. If you've got a weapon, you might as well use it.
He's gonna have a harder time climbing the ropes if that was any at all his intention, but
I'm not sure Sam Stackhouse is gonna be breaking out any moonsaults in this one. I think it's just an all-out fight, Walker.
Oh, and utilizing the hammer directly to the skull and driving it into the cranium of Morrison. Breaking apart the ring, tearing apart ringside, but Sam Stackhouse, he obviously has some sick, sadistic plan in place here.
That turnbuckle already disconnected there, courtesy of the King of Thick style. Morrison taking a moment to catch his breath, as he should. Both of these men have been through absolute hell tonight.
The official Brent Wall is even questioning what's happening here. Sam Stackhouse was not at the liberty to, oh my God.
You see that thin, maybe quarter-inch of padding over the mat, but now wood and steel being exposed by Sam Stackhouse, and Morrison returning to finish the job.
Stackhouse had a very sadistic plan in mind here.
Morrison says, show's over, the ring's coming down. Normally, this is what's going on while closing time plays here at UWO. We're getting an early start tonight, courtesy of Christopher Morrison and Sam Stackhouse.
And this is how much the UWO Championship, the respect of Sam Stackhouse, this is how much it means to Christopher Morrison. These men have been up and down the roads together for, as we said, the past 15 years. Tonight, Stackhouse sending Morrison into the door once again. Good God Almighty, how are either of these men still breathing?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Stackhouse proudly presents The Doors live in Tulsa, introducing Brawler Morrison to the corner. Look at the blood just seeping from every inch of Morrison's body, from his head, from his arms, to his legs. There is not a part of Brawler Morrison that has not been cut open.
Sam Stackhouse says, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang, and a death match is what we have now. Speaking of going out with a bang, you've seen him put many men away with this. Go over that Texas pile driver on the exposed wood.
Double underhook, that butterfly pile driver right on his head. Only a 2 count, milliseconds away. Brent Wall says 2. The owner of UWO says 2. The match will continue.
And you can even still see Sam Stackhouse in a state of shock, counting on the fingers, asking the question on everyone's mind, what just happened?
You can see the look in the King of Thick Styles' eyes. Nearly 500 pounds of humanity sent down courtesy of Christopher Morrison into the cover. Only a 1.
How, what material is Sam Stackhouse made out of?
Another back suplex courtesy of Christopher Morrison into the cover. 1, 2.
And another kick out. Again, it's not often that we see Sam Stackhouse tossed around the ring like this. Morrison is on another level. Truly the greatest champion the state of Oklahoma has to offer today.
Sam's barely moving. He was barely able to kick out of that pinfall there by Christopher Morrison. Morrison doing a bit of arts and crafts here in the center of the ring.
It's all fun and games until you introduce a body part to your destruction, your design on the wooden platform. If that's not it, I don't know what is. The cover. 1, 2.
Brent Wall making the count on those exposed wooden boards.
It's not an easy feat whatsoever, but the official manages to do so nevertheless. Stackhouse and Wall, Stackhouse and Morrison, lifting him up through the door.
That third backdrop suplex. 1, 2. Somehow Stackhouse finds a way to kick out.
And Morrison asking the question on everyone's mind. How do you put a 500-pound Leviathan out to pasture? How do you put down the King of Thick Style? How do you beat the King of Thick Style at his own game?
This Colossus Sam Stackhouse will not go into the night. And Christopher Morrison attempting to strangle, living up to the Oklahoma Strangler name, trying to choke the life out of Sam Stackhouse.
And the never say die attitude.
Pure defiance from Stackhouse.
Sam Stackhouse, he's faded. And this matchup, this is it.
It had to be it. Serious brain damage could have come to Sam Stackhouse if that choke had continued. Nonetheless, your UWO champion, still and perhaps forevermore, the Oklahoma Strangler, Christopher Morrison.
James, this is the end of an era which I should have appreciated more when it was around. The fact is, Christopher Morrison on this day was the better man. What is going on here?
Just showing his love to CM Burnham, whether whether Burnham can appreciate it or not.
It's definitely a formation of love, but this is an era I never expected. The era of Morrison is underway.
A Strangler is on the loose in Oklahoma. Victim number 1, the king of thick style, Sam Stackhouse, still your UWO heavyweight champion, Christopher Morrison.
First things first. It's taken me almost 15 years to not only say this, but to realize it better in the first place. But in 2009, I started training to wrestle. And about 2 or 3 months after that, I met this scrawny little guy named Chris Morrison. Oh no, you was chunky as hell there, weren't you? That's what it was. Met this thick little dude. 16 years old, he's taking an ass woman better than anybody but me. But when I'm not around, I want you to know that Chris Morrison is the new leader of Oklahoma. Okay? I don't care if you boo or you cheer. He's the truth around here now. And all in the back, you give the same respect you give me, and you give each other the respect that everyone deserves. And I want to thank you guys. It kills me to not be around, but I'm hoping that some things will change for the better. I don't want to lose any more brothers and sisters, whether they're leaving the business or leaving this world. I don't want to lose any more for any reason, but especially for us. This is something that brings people together. Every single one of us has a life outside of this, but we come here every weekend and entertain you, make you forget about your problems, make you believe a little bit. But as much as you appreciate us, I want every single one of you to know shut up tonight, and we appreciate you 10 times more than that. I love you. Yeah, what's that?
Hold on. Sam, you're the goddamn man. I fucking love you. You deserve every bit of success you've got. Let's give it for him one last time.